What's up, everybody? It's Brad and Andrew from Auto Off Topic. The coloring contest is back, and now much improved thanks to super listener Frank Eck. The contest is simple. Complete one of the pages of the coloring book found on our Facebook page or the Auto Off Topic Coloring Contest Facebook page in any of two mediums. Digital, using any computer program, or analog, be it colored pencil, marker, crayon, watercolor, however you choose. One entry counted per medium per person. Each individual can have a total of 2 entries, one per format. There will also be 2 age groups, age 15 and below and ages 16 on up. Links to the coloring book pages can be found on our Facebook page and the Facebook page for the coloring contest.
Electronic entries, including scanned entries, can be sent to us via email, autoofftopicpodcast@gmail.com. Paper copies can be sent by snail mail to Auto Off Topic Podcast Contest, 83 Lakeshore Drive, Georgetown, Massachusetts, 01833. Note, all hard copies received will not be returned, period. The contest runs through November 30th.
The companies and owners groups donating prizes are Mitsubishi Motors North America, Adventure Driven Design, Forest Performance, Palladian Trucks, Northeast Mitsubishi 4x4, Mitsubishi Montero Owners Group of the USA, Florida Mitsubishi 4x4, and Mitsu Nation Facebook group.
Please enjoy this free contest, and don't forget, entries must be postmarked by November 30th, 2017. Good luck.
Where'd it come from?
It's a Hot Wheels car.
Your parents' basement?
No, I bought it at the store. The current Hot Wheels car. What is it, 2016 Happy New Year's?
Yeah, but it's called like the...
17.
Yeah, but it's not called like alcohol thing, right? What is it called?
No, it's the Soda Pop, I think is the name of it.
Yeah.
The Carbonator.
That makes sense. The Carbonator.
Yeah, it's designed for soda.
It's so cute.
Yeah, they have another one that's very similar.
All those pop-off soda bottles you have.
They have another one that's very similar, but it's a 10 millimeter open socket on the end of it.
Are those...
Oh, I want that one.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
To find that one.
That's called the Tool Again or something they call it.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
To find that one.
Not Snap-on sanctioned?
No, it's not a Snap-on thing. It's straight Hot Wheels. I think we're recording, guys.
Yeah.
I think Andrew
did.
slyly pushed the button.
Snuck it in there.
Snuck it in there.
Welcome to episode 57 of Auto Off Topic. And we have... Stephanie's was sort of on before.
She was. She sat in the back seat of the WRX when you bought it. And you went for a drive that night.
Yeah, but now...
She piped up a few times, made a few comments.
So officially, our first female guest.
Woo, woo.
Yeah, and it happens to be your...
It's my wife.
Yes.
It was real easy to book her because she's already at the same venue.
Yeah. In fact, she's here every time. She's just in a different part of the house usually.
Yeah.
Usually hanging out with Cuddle Buddy Enzo when he doesn't make his podcast cameos.
Yes. Which he's down here too.
Yeah.
It's the whole family and Brad.
Yep.
So, funny thing is, though, is last time we had her as any kind of an element of the show was because we were driving around in your recently purchased WRX.
Yeah.
Why do we have her on the show today? Other than the fact that she's awesome and your wife, obviously.
Yes. Well, Stephanie just picked up her 2018 Crosstrek tonight.
Yep.
And why are we all of a sudden on a Subaru kick?
Because we're changing this to a Subaru podcast. Sorry, guys.
Well, it's never officially been a Mitsubishi podcast. It's
No.
just been a podcast of Mitsubishi apologists.
That's right.
And we're still Mitsubishi apologists because somehow in this gaining of Subarus, we haven't lost any Mitsubishis.
No, not yet.
So it's okay.
Montero is still for sale, but
Yeah, it's okay. We haven't gone that far off the rails.
But really,
And I don't have a Subaru.
No.
So
everyone makes crossovers now, and we thought this was the best looking one. It's all-wheel drive, and it's a 6-speed manual.
which is pretty sweet.
So I don't think there's a lot of crossovers. I almost said Crosstrek. Crossovers
There are not a lot of Crosstreks that you can get that aren't Crosstreks.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of crossovers you get that are manual and all-wheel drive.
No, a lot of the ones have a manual option for the front-wheel drive only, which you guys probably at least looked at Outlanders, or
Nope.
or you knew it wasn't an option, so you never.
I don't like the way they look.
Yeah.
The new ones.
Originally, we were going down the Ford Focus ST route because I wanted to drive fast and all of that good stuff. But they didn't have any. Apparently, they just don't make enough of those cars, or people don't want them. I'm not really sure which. But
Are they discontinuing it this year?
After 2018. And then When we tried to buy one last fall, it was like, we don't have any. We'll have to find one. And then, like, for some reason, the dealership never called us back, which is odd for a dealership. To, like, never hunt you down to, like, try to sell you a car.
And they must not have had any at all then.
So it was weird. But
so
whatever.
What color Crosstrek did we go with, Stephanie?
It is called, like...
Put you on the spot.
It's cool gray
khaki.
Which doesn't make much sense to me.
Yeah.
It looks like a Tupperware container over there, actually.
Like a Tupperware blue?
Yeah.
Well, since the guests at home can't see it, it's basically just a dusty blue, and it's not metallic. It's just like a flat, plain old color, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty sweet color, actually.
Yeah.
It's like a robin's egg blue, but a little more gray.
Yeah, more muted, too. Yeah. Not as bright.
Yeah, no.
I originally wanted orange, but I got overruled.
Yeah, vetoed by the person who's going to be driving it every day.
Yeah.
Good job, Stephanie.
And purchasing it. Thank you very much.
The blue is definitely better than the orange.
That's right.
And both the blue and the orange are better than the green that is offered in our
New for 2018 color.
The blue is?
Yes.
Oh, so you'll be the only one around for a day or two.
Yeah.
It does, however, have orange stitching on the seats, so that gets Andrew's orange fix taken care of.
They all do,
subtle,
which is weird.
Yeah, it's pretty subtle.
It's almost red.
Yes.
Well, I feel that orange is like the go-to color for the Crosstrek. Like all the promotional ads and stuff when it first came out, always showed the orange one. So I feel like it's kind of like the unofficial. I'm glad you didn't buy an orange one in October because the pumpkin comments would be like. I'm going to take my pumpkin, call it a little pumpkin. I'm going to take the little pumpkin down and get my pumpkin spice coffee.
Ew. You're so basic, Brad.
No, I'm not saying I would do that. That's what you would have to do if you want an orange one in September. I clearly wouldn't do that. I do unashamedly drink pumpkin spice coffee, though. So
I had a pumpkin coffee this morning.
Excellent. So we're both basic.
Well, we did have to wait a while, so you are correct. We actually did start the process in September, but it came straight off the boat from Japan. It was on its way in. Lucky it was on its way, and they had a manual coming in, so we didn't have to order anything, do a dealer swap, or any of those
they happen
annoying
to have
things.
a manual coming in?
In that color.
Oh, that's cool. Because it doesn't seem like a common vehicle to order.
They didn't have any manuals.
Yeah.
He's like, we sell them every now and then. People still buy manuals, but...
Yeah, well, it's the kind of car somebody would buy the manual because
Yeah.
it's a very utilitarian kind of vehicle. Well, actually, what I like about it compared to the other crossovers is that it doesn't hide itself under a different sheet metal. Like, it's literally just an Impreza with fender flares and a little bit more
And a lift,
Yeah.
Some better suspension, I think they mentioned, but...
Well, yeah, it has
Overall,
other things.
yeah.
But I'm just saying, as far as the styling goes, they don't try to pretend it's a totally different vehicle. They're just like, no, this is an Impreza.
Just jacked
that's
up.
been lifted and has like these little like not even flares. I shouldn't say they're more like quarter panel and fender trim.
Yeah, just the gray black trim. That.
Yep.
I mean, it's got the machine black wheels, but whatever.
Yeah, wheels can be changed.
That's right.
It's pretty common right now.
It's a pretty sweet off-road wheels eventually. I mean,
it's neat though that it comes with the
whatever you guys want to do.
It's neat that it comes with the 6-speed though.
No, it is cool. It's an all-wheel drive 6-speed because it's just an Impreza.
Yeah,
so it's nice.
Yeah,
but no, I like it. I haven't had a chance to drive it yet, obviously, because it has 17 miles on it, and I'm not paying for it, so I won't get that opportunity for a little while. But just sitting in it, it doesn't feel like a crossover. It feels like a car.
Yeah,
which is nice.
Well, it doesn't have that cut-down rear hatch. That doesn't make any sense to me.
The sloped one, like the Prius-style hatch?
Yeah, or the CHR? Whatever the Toyota and the
I don't know
Honda.
what the Toyota and the Honda are called.
HRV?
HRV is the Honda. And the CH...
It's like a CHR is the Toyota. I saw one on the road, and it was really ugly.
Yeah, well, every Toyota is really ugly now. That's
true.
The styling language they've gone with is very unfortunate.
Anyway, enough of...
But no, the cut-down hatch, I know what you're talking about, though. It doesn't lose that storage space from having a very angled, 45-degree sloping hatch on it. So you have full storage, full cubic feet of storage up to the back window.
Exactly.
Which is nice. So yeah, it's a nice car. I am a fan of it, Stephanie. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Andrew, congratulations as well.
I did nothing.
So you get to ride as a passenger.
I just showed up and looked cool.
The
so he says.
The clutch is
it's right off the floor.
Really nice too. It literally drives as though it's an automatic, basically, but just much more interesting.
Oh, the gear indicator on the cluster was weird.
Well, did your SDI have that too?
No.
It did not.
No, it had a shift light.
Okay, I feel like I've driven something recently that had a gear indicator on the cluster, but it's cool in the Subaru because of that rally heritage. Like all I could think of was the giant gear indicator you see on the WRC cars.
Yeah. Well, like I drove it and then I put it in second gear, and I was like, why did that number pop up on the dash? And then I went to third and it changed. I was like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah, no, it's very cool.
It's handy because sometimes sometimes I'm driving and I'm like, wait, am I in fifth or fourth or third?
I don't do that if I've been driving the same car for a long time, but a lot of times if I'm driving like a different car, it'd be nice to have that in the dashboard. Like if I go from driving my Camaro to a 5-speed, to realize that I'm only in fourth gear, I still have another one to go. Whereas because top gear and like the Colt of the Camaro is 4, and then top gear if I was driving your Subaru would be 6.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be getting very good gas mileage because I'd be cruising down the highway in fourth gear.
It's like
The car's really slow.
Yeah.
like every time I went to drive Andrew's Evo, I'm like, oh yeah, there's 6. Nope.
No, there are 5 in his Evo because
Yes.
he had the poor boy Evo.
And it was,
I don't know why they didn't put a 6-speed in the
I'm
Evo 10.
kidding.
it really needed it.
Yeah.
It sounded like it had another gear left in it, but
Definitely was not the poor boy Evo. It's a little $37,000 car.
Yeah.
And actually, they only offered the 5-speed, right? Because the 6-speed
Yeah.
was the DCT, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
dumb.
But the STI had a 6-speed when I had that.
It did. But my Evo had a 5-speed, too, because I had an
And
earlier
then
one.
the MR got a 6-speed.
Right.
It's weird.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway,
so congratulations. New car. Life is good. Mm-hmm. Excellent. So now that you have a new car, do you have any project car updates to go over with us?
eventually.
hopefully not.
I mean, nothing's going to break. Cross my fingers. If it does, it's
It's
their
a warranty
problem.
anyway. Yeah, exactly.
Warranty.
Yeah,
Project car
they-
updates. I had the warranty fix it.
Yeah, there won't be any actual, unless we're doing, changing the wheels and tires
Yes.
for the winter to
That's
summer.
Essentially it for right now.
Or putting in an accessory sun visor
I
on
was
the
like,
windows.
hey, Andrew, maybe someday we can throw a turbo on here. He's like,
Nope, we're not going to ever do that.
No.
It's
Maybe
pretty,
someday you can buy another car with a turbo in it.
It's
'cause-
pretty peppy as it is. It's good enough.
Well, the
Gets the job
6-speed
done.
really helps.
Yeah,
It makes
makes you
it feel
feel
a lot more sporty.
Slow car fast, as they say.
They do say that.
Yeah.
We said that once or twice. This girl listens.
I'm on a window tinting kit. I'll probably tint the front windows.
Well, yeah, you should tint the windows because that'll be
Andrew's
nice.
just going to start tinting windows in his spare time.
Let's put a sign
Maybe.
out front. I mean, hey, it's money.
Free window tinting.
Free? What are you doing about free? This isn't going to be free. There's going to be a charge incurred here, people. Anyway, so she has no project car updates because she's been lazy, obviously.
Yeah.
What do you have for project car updates, Andrew?
The cam gear is in for the Montero, and I'll have the timing belt parts for the weekend. So I'm going to take that apart.
Okay. What day are you planning on doing that?
Probably going to take it apart tomorrow and then put it back together. Hopefully Saturday.
Tomorrow's not a weekend.
Yeah. I'll work on it tomorrow night.
Okay, I gotcha.
Thursday night, car repair night.
Yes, possibly for me tonight. We can talk about that off air, obviously.
Yeah. Well, it's also in this area, the Halloween capital of the world. You have to drive through to get to my house, where the garage is. So
Yeah,
it's kind of a pain.
It's kind of on the outskirts of Salem, so that'll be okay.
So anyway,
I don't have anything to work on tomorrow night myself, per se, unless we're doing the brakes in my truck, which I think we're not doing that way.
yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. I do still have the valve seals to go in the Raider, just because it might be a losing battle, but it'll be a good project to do just to get the experience under our belt, or my belt, and hopefully it fixes something.
Yep.
So I still have to do that. But we don't have any other project cars going on right now.
Oh, so I've been trying to sell cars on Craigslist.
Right, you're a horrible car salesman who's learned
Terrible.
the last couple of months.
Trying to sell the Montero,
Yep.
but we put Stephanie's old Outback up, or I
Yes.
did last night,
The one that you've had for how many years you drove that car?
Almost 10.
since 2009.
So it was a really good deal on a car you bought in 2009.
Oh, we should talk about that car because
It was an $800 car.
It was
We don't want to tell people trying to buy it that we're trying to sell it from when we paid for it 10 years ago.
$200 more than we paid for it.
Yeah, and a lot of work has gone into it.
Yes.
It was a neglected car. Like I'm pretty sure those are the original owners. So they were next to my grandmother's house when we were cleaning it out after she had passed away. And my dad asked them why that car was just sitting in the driveway because he'd been cleaning out for a couple months. And the lady's like, I'm going to turn it in for cash for clunkers. And we're like, you can't because it doesn't get poor gas mileage.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, what do you want for it? And like a day later, she was like, $800. And we were like up in New Hampshire or something, and my dad calls me up. He's like, since she wants $800, I go, tell her you want it.
Yeah, because at the time, it was 2009. The car's what, a 2000?
It was like a
2000.
$7,000 car, I
2000.
think, when I did the insurance.
Yeah, it's worth way more than $800.
And that was on the low end,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
It was just like destroyed.
On the inside, mostly. Well, outside, too.
Well, the inside, they worked for like a farm co-op, right?
Something.
They
I don't know.
Or they just let their children gnaw at the seats and the...
It looked like a dog
The
had
armrest.
gnawed at the armrest.
I don't know.
It's still like this. I never replaced it, so, and whatever.
Oh, you cleaned the interior.
I
up,
cleaned
so
it.
looks
Yeah.
really
Super clean.
inside,
Yeah.
It's fine.
But it needed like tune-up and just all the maintenance brakes,
If I
stuff like that.
remember correctly, she said someone told her it needed a catalytic converter,
that's right.
and so she just parked it because that would have been too much money to fix it.
It was like $2,000 for a factory cat, right?
So she's like, nope.
So we went to like AutoZone, and they had an aftermarket cat for like $300, and that worked for like a lot of years, and then it rotted away, and I got another one,
Yeah.
and it's been fine.
Yeah. So what else did we do with that car to make it drivable? That was the exhaust you did, the brakes you did. You cleaned the crap out of it.
Oh, but here's the best part. To get it home, it was like 2 miles from my parents' house.
Oh, yeah, we were young and dumb.
And we borrowed. No, I was with my dad. We borrowed a dealer plate from the place I used to work at. They were cool with that, so I threw a dealer plate on it. It wouldn't start because the battery was toast, so we put the jump pack in there and just let it run off the jump pack.
Correct.
But the hood didn't quite latch, and I was like, whatever, I'm not going very far or fast.
Right.
And I literally got a quarter of a mile from the house, and I was doing about 30 miles an hour. I could see,
Which is apparently too fast.
I could see the hood start to ripple, and I think the wind picked up, and as soon as I hit the brakes to slow down, the hood flipped up and smashed the windshield.
And, of course, there was no insurance or anything yet because you were driving it on dealer plates.
No.
Yeah.
Nothing you could do about it.
And
You
the
could buy
be-
a windshield for
The
it.
best part is our neighbor, who was a police officer in Salem, was driving by and like watched it.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
He's like, "You guys all right?" We're like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, just get out of
I
here."
didn't see anything. Keep moving. Which was legal. He had dealer plates, so it's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That's really funny. I do remember that, actually. Your father was pretty upset about that, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, the hood's got little things in it, but it was
Yeah.
funny.
I mean, it already had like kayak dents or something.
Oh, on both fenders, it's got dents from
Just
kayak
like-
sliding off the roof and hitting the fenders.
Excellent.
I'm not going to actually try to put these on the car. I'm just going to let them slide right off.
Yeah, well, some people do that. They just don't care. So, but yeah, no, it does have the two corners of the hood are curled up.
Yeah.
But whatever.
And
It's a cheap car.
now it's got the typical quarter panel rot, but whatever.
Yeah, it's
It
cheap.
runs and drives.
Cheap old Subaru. It runs really good in drives because the head gaskets were done, timing belt was done, water pump was done.
AC works.
AC works. Everything done in the car all in the past year.
A couple, like, from
2
like
years?
2015, yeah.
Yeah.
But still, if somebody wants a $1,200 car, it's a pretty good car.
With
Yeah.
a super sweet headliner.
Yeah, we put a custom Argyle headliner in it.
Not only is it Argyle, what color is the Argyle?
Well, it's pink, which wasn't my first choice. I would have much preferred something like purple or green or whatever. The car itself is purple, so that would have been preferable. But
It's more like a plum.
it's what the fabric store had, so
Yeah.
that's what got put in it because the headliner was also disgusting, and
Yep.
we
No, it
decided
works.
to just cover it over.
That was so long ago. That was like
2010.
10. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
doing that actually.
Actually,
Yep.
it was October.
Yeah, I
We
remember.
did that instead of going to a Halloween party.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
I don't remember whose Halloween party that was, but excellent.
I don't remember either.
So I remember because I was there too, so I must have gone to the Halloween party.
So I put it up on Craigslist last night, and then I put it up at like 9 o'clock, and then within an hour, I got an email. I was like, all right, cool. So this is definitely a scam.
Oh, 100%.
Like 100% a scam.
I don't understand why they do it though.
I don't either. But maybe they pay this person a commission. So, first of all, the language was kind of weird and vague, and I was like, that's okay, but it's kind of weird. And I have the email. I'm just going to read the email. So it's, hello. Hope you're doing well. I'm quite interested in your vehicle and would like to schedule an appointment this week. Will you be available? Please get back to me as soon as you can. Best wishes.
Yeah, best wishes is automatic delete.
But the just the language, I'm quite interested in your vehicle. Like, you didn't even say what it was.
Right, it's like a form email he has set out to all the Craigslist people. Yeah, but there's no... Maybe if you start talking to him, he tries to sell you something?
Yeah. So I replied. I was like, sure.
Oh, you did reply. I
Yeah,
didn't know you
so
replied.
that's it.
Okay.
And then it says, hi, do you have a report that I can take a peek at?
What kind of report,
Yeah.
guy?
If you don't have it already, then you can acquire it from here as well. And it gives a email address, which I'm not going to give out,
Right.
to some sort of like VIN reporting thing.
Okay, so that's where it comes
And
in.
it says, is it greatly cheaper than Carfax and will save you about $20? I'm dealing on Craigslist for the very first time, so simply want to be certain that everything is good with the vehicle before I construct my final verdict.
Oh, verdict, eh?
I assume you comprehend my concerns. Thank you. So it's clearly...
I comprehend your concerns.
So it's clearly...
So it's somebody who translated whatever language he speaks into English and used these words that don't make sense in the context.
They just want me to go to this website and pay for a VIN report, and then they'll never look at the car, ever.
Right.
Yeah.
So obviously, that's where the scam is. It's,
So if you get this and you're selling a car on Craigslist, don't do it.
I feel...
And the other thing, too, it's on the seller. If the seller wants a VIN report, they can buy a VIN report, as far as I'm concerned.
I feel like most of our listeners wouldn't reply to that.
No.
I feel like I'm going to give our listener base some credit
Well,
here.
the first one seemed legit. I was a little sleepy last night. I was like,
Yeah,
all
I
right.
wouldn't have responded to the first one, to
No?
be honest with you.
Okay.
But I've sold a lot more cars on Craigslist than you have, and I can pick out a response pretty quickly. But I like to know what the verdict is. Is your Subaru guilty, or is it innocent?
Guilty of being a great deal.
Well, maybe you are a good salesman, Andrew. Yeah, no, I always get the... which is why you see in Craigslist ads all the time. You see now people say at the end of the ad, I don't need help selling this car. Because you'll get the emails and the phone calls from, hi, do you still have your 2000 Subaru Legacy Outback? Oh, yes, I do. It's for sale. Oh, great. We're looking for a 2000 Subaru Legacy Outback to sell in the market of Oregon, Nevada, wherever. You know, we can help you market it out your way. It's, God damn it. No, I'm not.
it's
I'm not
real
gonna,
weird.
I'm not going to pay you $400 to help sell my $1,200 car. Go away, please. So I don't understand how it works, but there's a scam out there for everybody and for everything. So just like anything, you got to be careful in what you do. So is he eating your hand right now?
Yeah.
The dog is being a little.
Why?
He's mad he didn't get his Crosstrek plush toy.
That's true. There is a Crosstrek plush toy.
It's a dog toy, actually.
It's a blue one too. But he did get his new Subaru seatbelt toy.
Yes, he
He
did.
did.
And
He made out well today.
I donated a bag of dog food to their charity that was at the dealership. So,
Excellent.
Good deed done.
Yeah. Enzo, come over here. Enzo.
we're being jerk. So, yeah, I mean, and then I did get a couple of real emails on it, so that's good.
Oh, good. Well, hopefully by the time this thing goes live, the car will be gone.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Even though it goes live tomorrow morning at 1 a.m. So it probably won't. I'm sure you won't
Probably
be
not.
selling it tonight. But anyway. No. So the Montero's still for sale. That car's still for sale. 2 new Subarus in the yard.
And the Montero's broken.
And then
89, 99.
99 Montero's broken. 89 is fixed. 99 is broken. I won't give any updates on my cars because they're all broken. Although my
Tell us
truck will be...
something we don't know.
Thank you, Stephanie.
I did make a walk-around video for the 89 Montero and an engine start video, so...
I did start watching that, but I didn't finish it because I didn't buying it.
This is terrible. Thumbs down.
2 thumbs down. Don't want this truck. Actually, I mean, I am interested in buying it because it's an old, crappy Mitsubishi. And
Yeah.
it's cheap.
Commented on it. What? This is terrible.
Terrible.
That should always pique your interest.
No,
Oh,
it definitely
it's
piques
an
my
old
interest.
Mitsubishi.
But I'm
Count me in.
unfortunately broke right now, and I'm more interested in the whole field of old Mitsubishis down in Georgia that was posted today on the internet.
Yeah.
So,
Because there was like one of your blue Colts just like sitting in the field.
like the same car.
Yeah.
Probably perfect too.
No, it's not.
No, it's like sitting on
pretty-
grass.
it's
But there's probably a bunch of parts in it that are useful.
Yes, yes. But the same guy has a red 74 Colt wagon that I'm
Ooh.
really interested in, but it's not really for sale and I can't buy it, so I'm just going to ignore that whole thing and not buy any cars for at least a couple of months.
Should probably focus on fixing the ones you have.
What fun is that? We're working on it. We
But-
really are. there's some good positive news in my life that just happened, and I'll be able to work on some cars in the future very soon. So that's a good thing. Anyway.
Well, Stephanie, how did you get to this new car point? Do you want to start that?
You mean the very beginning, or?
Well, this isn't your first manual car.
No. My first car ever I inherited from my sister. It was a 1997 Kia Sophia. It was terrible. It was black. The bumper was about to fall off, mostly held on by duct tape.
I like it.
She actually acquired it from someone in Vegas.
Okay. Was this part of a winnings deal?
No.
Like, what is the story?
Didn't it come from Montana, though, too?
Originally, yeah.
It had no air conditioning?
Correct.
Like,
No power windows, no power locks.
Like, was never built with air conditioning, or it just didn't work?
Just didn't come with air conditioning.
If you remember Kias in the 90s, man, they were
rough.
They were rough cars. Yeah, they were bottom feeders, man. It was the Sophia was like the cheapest one of the bunch, too. It was probably a $7,000 car, new.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This kid bought it in Montana, moved to Vegas. We lived 4 hours from Vegas at the time. She found the car online. She wanted to buy it. Seemed like a good deal. I'm not really
car
sure.
Trader or something?
I don't
It depends
know.
on what year would this have been when she bought it? Because I'm thinking it was, if you inherited it and it's 97, it was already fairly old if it was given to you.
Yeah, she had to at least have been
So probably like 02?
like her first year of college, and she graduated
So
03?
304?
Okay,
Yeah.
so probably 04.
right around then, yeah.
Not an old car at the time.
But if by mid-90s Kia standards, it's pretty much done for.
Yeah. I forget how many miles it had on it when I got it. Probably somewhere around like 150 or so. I don't know. But she got to Vegas with her boyfriend at the time. They show up. Turns out the car's a manual. She doesn't know how to drive a manual.
Excellent.
And her boyfriend drove his Toyota Tacoma up there, which is also a manual.
Awesome.
So she had no choice but to drive home.
Well, I mean, she had a choice. She'd have to buy the car.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, sink or swim.
She went for it. So she taught herself essentially how to drive standard on the way home.
Oh, that's awesome.
I ended up with it because she decided to, oddly enough, she went backwards in model years, but it was a much nicer car.
I find nothing wrong with that statement.
She went to a 94 Celica, which was a very nice car.
Yep.
And it was beautiful. It was white. She got it from someone who took very good care of it, etc. Much nicer car than what she handed down to me, obviously.
It had air conditioning.
A mid-90s Toyota is like a really nice car.
Yes, especially when compared to a mid-90s Kia, even if it is 2 years older.
Right.
Honestly, a mid-80s Toyota is a really nice car compared to a mid-90s Kia.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, basically, at that point, the Japanese were probably 40 years ahead of Korean car technology.
Yeah, more than likely.
Did I say 94?
They still are.
I'm pretty sure. My Kia was a 97. Her Celica was a 94.
Yeah, I think you said 94, but whatever. It's a moot point. Same body style. Whatever.
So that was my first car. And growing up in Arizona, I may have driven it when I only had a permit and not with an adult in the car because I had a job that I had to get to.
And there were like 6 people in your town anyway, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, sometimes if I was driving home real late, my brother would just follow me. Make sure I got home okay.
Run rabbit behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
So,
if you get pulled over, you do something illegal, so the cops chase him.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. That's good Big Brother. Good Big Brother tactics right there.
Yes. And prior to that, he was very instrumental in getting me into cars. I definitely got made fun of a lot more than anything else because I would attempt to know things and then he would just ridicule me for it. I can tell you the favorites or skip that if you want.
Was it the Mustang Spider?
Yes, that's one of them. I was convinced that everything that was convertible was a Spider because there's many examples of that. Yeah. So I was like real excited one day and we would do car spotting whenever we were in the car and I was like, hey, and this is the thing, he wasn't even in the car. These are the siblings I have. My sister's in the car. I said, look at that Mustang Spider. And she's like, I don't think that's what that's called.
Not confident, but confident that you might be wrong, so that's enough to call you out on it.
So she went and tattled on me to my brother, confirmed that that's not what that's called, and then I never lived it down.
Nice.
That was just one of the things.
I don't know why they're called spiders.
No one knows.
No, I'm sure somebody does. It's just not. I don't think it's common knowledge.
No one in this room.
I think it's an Italian thing.
It's definitely like a Fiat is a spider.
Like an Italian coach building thing, maybe. Because then Mitsubishi thought it'd be cool. We're gonna call our, Eclipse the Spider.
But the Cabriolet is another one. Not every convertible is called a Cabriolet,
Right.
but a lot of them are.
Yeah, that's like French for convertible, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. But
Sounds French.
So how come the Mazda RX-7 convertible in Japanese markets was called the RX-7 Cabriolet?
Because it sounds fancy.
Yeah, but it's,
You say stuff with a French accent, it sounds fancy. Cabriolet.
can you say more words in the French accent? Because that was pretty fun.
I don't know. I have this.
No,
we don't
stop it right there.
even have a.
Stop it right there. You're all done.
We don't have no language. Just this terrible accent.
I'm trying to look it up now on Wikipedia as we talk without being obvious that I'm not
whatever.
paying attention.
Well, before that,
A convertible or cabriolet. So that word is interchangeable.
I don't know.
I don't know. Before that, my dad was a mechanic, so it was always like cars. We grew up with a lot of cool stuff, I guess, compared to maybe out here, just because nothing rotted away out there. We had a Tornado, which was like one of our favorites.
You had a bunch of old American cars because they didn't
old
fall
GM
apart.
products.
Yeah, well, that's Arizona.
Yeah.
I think that most 70s and 80s American cars are still running around in Arizona. So just
Jinx.
big tanks. Well, you guys definitely married.
Yeah.
I have a little thing here with the spider.
Yeah.
According to Wikipedia, which take it for whatever, faith you want to take it in, where the roof is little more than emergency weather protection, it could be called a ragtop or a spider. So that makes perfect sense in the Mitsubishi Eclipse because that top constantly leaks.
And yeah, it's basically made of rags.
Yes.
And
So yeah, the Mitsubishi never made a good convertible that didn't leak. So Spider works perfectly well. They were just thinking ahead by calling it the Spider.
I think they called the 3000 GT a spider, though.
Yeah.
But it was a hard top.
I don't know what they call that, but nonetheless, the Spider term apparently, according to this, is where the roof is a little more than emergency weather protection. So like first gen Viper with a cloth covering that goes over the Targa roof.
Okay.
Be a Spider, I guess. But at the same time, the
MR2?
Fiat Spider. Yeah, no, they call it a Spider too, didn't they? The MRS, not the MR2.
Well, whatever.
But that had a permanent roof. I don't know, but that's just the technical term, I guess. And I could be wrong because it's just.
I think it's just
Wikipedia.
interchangeable now. You can call a spider
That's where it came from. That's where the
convertible.
name came from.
Yeah, convertible spider. The origin.
Yeah.
Porsche has one. No?
That'd be a cabrio.
They have no. I don't. They call it a.
They call it cabriolet. Isn't it?
Whoa,
Isn't it 911?
stumping you guys.
Isn't it 911 cabrio?
We don't like convertibles. This is the problem. They did have a cabrio. Yes.
Yeah.
He had 911 cab. Yeah. You're right. Cabriolet. Okay, you're good. I
Targa.
was thinking of the Speedster. Not. That's where my head went.
That's different.
Yeah, totally different car.
Speedster is cut down windshield. That's the big thing.
Yep. You're good.
So, weird things for cars. Like a station wagon was because you'd use it to go to train stations.
Unless you were in England, apparently, where it was just a
An estate.
shooting brake.
No, that's
A
different.
two-door station wagon with a shooting brake.
An
Yeah.
estate wagon.
I guess you could use it to go to the estate.
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense.
But, what's also funny, though, is that my 93-year-old grandfather, every time he sees my Montero, he calls it a wagon. But I guess that makes sense because SUVs didn't exist till like 20 years ago, right? The term SUV.
The term didn't. Like the Jeep Wagoneer existed, and they used to have
And it makes sense. Like, that is what
in
it
the
is.
in the 30s. Chevy had a Suburban,
Yeah.
and it was like called a Travelall,
Yeah.
but that was
And
wasn't
like,
called an SUV.
even I think he came over one day and we were working on Jordan's truck, and then like a couple days later, I was over his house, and he's like, "Oh, whose wagon was that?"
I like it. I mean, SUV
like a
is not
covered
much.
wagon, like it
Yeah.
should have horses drawing
Well,
it.
he's 93. He's not 193.
Well,
No, but that makes sense. It's like it's a wagon.
Yeah, no, it is a wagon, and honestly, an SUV, a traditional SUV, is not much more than a jacked up station wagon anyway.
Yeah, and if you look
So-
in like the parts catalog, it will say long wagon for
Yeah, long
Montero.
wagon. Yep. They say two-door wagon and four-door wagon and some other things too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have seen that.
So
So maybe it's just a term that was used commonly before the term SUV existed.
I think so.
Yeah, and we just don't know it because we've only been around. Well, we haven't been actually because we were around in the '80s when there was no SUV term.
No, it was just a truck.
Yeah, it was a truck, a car or a truck.
Weird.
Your truck was a pickup or it was a Bronco.
Yeah,
Everything was a Bronco, actually, pretty much.
or Blazer
Yeah, but they were all called Broncos.
or Jeeps.
Yeah, I don't know, whatever. Doesn't really matter. They're all wagons. I'm gonna adopt the term wagon just because I hate the term SUV.
Yeah, I got a tall wagon.
Yeah, I like it. A long, tall wagon. That's what you have. We can make a song about that. It's a long, tall wagon. I like it.
So where were we?
We're talking about
talking about
Stephanie's
how I
car
got
history,
made fun of.
or why she's into cars at all.
Yeah. My dad was a mechanic, like I said, so that was part of it too. And then my brother just making fun of me. For the longest time, I desperately wanted what is in our driveway currently, and Andrew just newly acquired, was a Subaru WRX.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically an STI if I could get it, but I would have settled for a WRX as a high school student.
When he met Andrew, he had an STI, so the whole story goes.
Yeah.
Full
Bait and
circle.
switch, bait and switch.
He's like, I'm going to get her with the STI, and then I'm going to get rid of it and get a normal WRX.
Well,
10 years later.
actually, you skipped some steps there. There was a Mirage.
Oh, the Mirage, yeah.
That was a real
Hey,
bait and
there
switch.
was an either 10 involved.
Yeah.
89 Montero.
Ironically enough, so I sold my poor little Kia off into the desert, and I moved out here, and I didn't need a car because I took the train everywhere.
Yeah, because Boston.
And then you didn't have a car until you got the Outback.
Correct.
Whoa, you're only a third car. Look at you.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow. That's impressive.
Really need to rack that up.
Well, what's impressive is the Outback lasted as long as it lasted for an $800 car.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the Mirage, the $200 Mirage that lasted 15 years.
I couldn't, because every time something went wrong with it, it was like $100 to fix it. So I just would fix it
Yeah.
and just move on.
Yeah, it just never really needed to be replaced because it always worked. I mean, the car never let you down.
No.
Never let you stranded anywhere.
No. Fuel pump died in my parents' driveway one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, things broke, but always broke
That
conveniently.
was very funny. It was like 5:00 in the morning. I had to go, get to
I
work.
don't know where you were going.
I had to go.
5 in the morning, probably work.
Yeah, so I get up super early, to go get the train to Boston, and I go to start the car, and it didn't work. I was like, okay, and I didn't crank the starter or anything like that. I was a good girl. I shut it all the way off and tried it again, and no sooner than I stop as Andrew's father is coming out the basement door. It's like the man can sleep through anything, but if he hears a
broken
false
car.
engine start,
Yeah.
he's like, I'm awake. Get me out there.
It's like the maternal instinct they say when you have a kid
So
that you can
weird.
hear your kid crying in the middle of the night and get up and know that you need to be fed.
I was laughing
Well, Tony
so
has the
hard.
mechanical instinct.
It was great.
Yeah.
And then he ended up driving me to get the train, and then I just left the car there. But
By the time he came home, it was fixed. That's how it works.
Yeah, I don't remember where I got. It was a fuel pump, and it was probably like $100. I feel
I
like
don't think it's
every
even that
single
much.
time it was like $100.
Yeah, I remember when that happened.
Radiator, $100.
Yep.
Brake caliper, $100.
Head gasket job, $200.
Yeah.
and I didn't really put all that many miles on it, I suppose, in the grand scheme of things, because I
Yeah,
was
probably
taking the train very
40
often.
or 50,000 miles on it since you got it.
Roughly 50.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
150 something when we got it.
Over
And it just turned 200,
8
right?
years.
Yeah. So that's not a ton, but you're driving into work now, though, right?
Yep.
So you put a little more miles.
Yeah, I mean that car got us through some times. Like we take it when we both worked at the dealership. We drove it almost every day.
Yep.
Then we drive it. We'd park at the train station. Then the train in Boston got annoying because the MBTA is terrible, and the MBTA cannot maintain their own trains
Or a schedule for that.
or a
matter.
schedule.
Yeah.
So that shit's always breaking and always late. And super annoying.
And on top of it, it costs $5 to park there. Plus, it
Right.
costs train.
Oh, that's the other thing. So
it's cheaper to drive into Boston.
Yeah,
sometimes.
so it was $5 to park every day, so $100 a month. Between the two of us, it was $250 for a monthly pass, or was it $225
Each.
at that
Whatever.
point? Each.
It's like
each?
Now it's like $240 each.
Okay, so
if
you were
we
paying
at the time.
$600 a month to take the train into work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we were like, wait a minute, this
could
doesn't
buy a
make
brand new
any
car.
sense.
We
Exactly.
could, yeah, exactly.
But we decided not to buy a brand new car. We're like, well, let's just drive the Outback for a while.
Yep.
and it was a
and
good Cambridge car.
Yeah, because you could park it anywhere. Actually, I call it Cambridge Camouflage Car because there's so many of yeah.
Wow.
Wicked Boston guy over
I
here.
didn't I say
Oh,
Who's
yeah, you
this
went
guy?
full on car.
Did
right
I?
Who's
there.
this guy I married?
Cambridge Camouflage Car?
Full Cambridge car over
Oh,
here.
gosh.
Pocket and Harvard Yard. Nobody's noticed it.
All our local friends listening now are like, you didn't say Target at Harvard Yard, did he? God damn
Get some
it.
candy bars.
Candy cons.
Candy cones.
Candy corn.
They're delicious. Screw you both.
So gross.
Feed them to the horses.
They're delicious.
Ugh,
Screw you both.
horses.
So
Anyway,
anyway,
it's Cambridge. It's
Cambridge Camouflage Car.
Yeah.
It just you could park it and nobody would notice it. So
You could also drive past, and nobody noticed you driving past because you were just one of a billion Subaru Outbacks
Yes.
in Cambridge.
so I mean that was like 20 miles a day for a while. That was fine and whatever.
40. It's like
Oh, yeah,
20
yeah,
miles
40.
each way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is not the shortest way to go, but it's like 15
It
miles.
was like the most
or
direct
way.
13
Yeah.
miles. But yeah, the Crosstrek's only my third car. I suppose if I had unlimited amount of funds and things like that and wasn't working and going to school and doing all of those things, I might have had a higher number by now, but I made some good choices, I suppose.
You also have higher standards than Andrew and I do for cars. I mean, obviously your standards for men are pretty low, but your standards for cars
Oh man.
are significantly higher than ours are.
Man.
So you wouldn't want to.
So my new host is Stephanie.
So you wouldn't want a whole slew of crappy cars like we've had. So
Yeah, I'm still itching for something fun to tinker around with. That would be good.
we'll get you a Mini Cooper someday.
Yeah.
A real Mini, not
Yeah.
a Mini.
No, a mini.
A Mini, an actual Mini.
Austin Mini.
Yeah, a pre BMW Mini,
Import that shit.
or just buy one here.
Well,
We'll see. Either way, that was pretty aggressive.
Because Enzo got tired of us and he went back upstairs.
That's okay. Anyway,
He was getting
so-
pretty fresh.
that's my car history. Not very much to say.
No.
But
Nope.
Not very much at all.
No, that was
You
fun.
have had the least car history of any of our guests.
Yeah.
However, in the past 10 years of being with Andrew, living by proxy through Andrew,
yeah.
you have done a lot of car things
Sure.
that a lot of people haven't done.
Yeah.
So, but we
Like-
can tell all the same stories that, we've told before. Like, you come to rallies, you've been to autocross, you've been to...
I've
Car shows.
autocrossed the Evo, but I didn't ever rallycross anything.
No,
Never rallycrossed the
you got to
Mirage?
rallycross Mirage
I
once.
thought you did one
Did
time.
I?
Yeah, at Belmont. The old dog track.
It's a foggy memory.
Yep. Well, it was over
It was almost
8
10
years ago.
And it was the Mirage, the car that you hated so much anyway.
It was just uncomfortable to drive
Yeah.
for me.
Well, we're not offended if you hated it.
It
'cause
was
most people hated that car.
a tiny economy car with the same
Giant
steering wheel
steering
that
wheel.
they'd use in like the Montero, Sport.
Yeah. It
Which-
didn't quite fit a shorter person, but it's too close to
No.
the dashboard.
Which I drove the WRX today to work because we had to swap around the vehicles. And I realized why that wouldn't be a very good daily for me because as we said before, I can reach the clutch. But if I sit normally as the seat requires, I can't actually see over the hood. But
Okay. Well, it also has a very low seat.
Yes.
It's got an aftermarket seat
It
with like
does.
on the floor seat brackets.
Yeah.
And you are what we will call vertically challenged.
yeah.
So it's not set up for your driving position at all.
As we learned at the dealership tonight, I am 2'5".
Excuse me?
He made a error on the paperwork.
Oh.
Yeah.
He was like, check this over and make sure it's correct. I was like, I'm
Yeah, I'm
2
not
feet
2
5
foot
inches.
5, yeah.
And he's like, wow, look how they grow.
From the last time you came to now.
Uh,
Yeah, no, that would be even harder to drive any manual transmission car, I think, if you're a 2'5". Mm-hmm. But a little dyslexic salesman there, I
Yeah.
guess.
Well,
F9.
the F&I guy.
Yeah, whatever.
I need to. I really need to change the oil in that WRX in the transmission. It's so crunchy.
Yep.
But
Well, we can do it this weekend. Oh, we can't because the truck's in the lift.
Yeah, I gotta get the truck off the lift, and then I'll do it. And
Next Thursday.
And I gotta buy the fluid. So
Next Thursday night.
yep.
We'll see. Anyway,
Well, is that a podcast?
I think it's a podcast. Stephanie, anything
Sounds
else
like
to say in
podcast.
closing?
What?
Anything to say in closing?
Keep your cars analog, right?
Oh, wow.
No.
No. Taking the end of the episode right away from us.
So,
It's
Brad,
not
this
what-
podcast we're going to start,
It's not what I meant. Yeah.
we can just kick Andrew out. We don't need him
bolt
anymore.
burned Andrew now.
Jeez.
Anyway, so follow the podcast on Instagram at Auto Off Topic Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Follow the podcast on Facebook at Auto Off Topic.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew, where can they find you?
Race the Nigger on Instagram.
And I am TSISS350 on Instagram. Stephanie, where can we find the workings of Stephanie's brain on the Instagrams?
Cuddle Buddy Enzo, of course. That is Enzo's Instagram handle, and he's pretty cool. Mostly lays around and does nothing all day. But,
Sometimes has guest appearances by Ollie.
Yep.
Yep. And a couple of his other dog friends.
Hopefully soon to be Ralph.
Yeah, Ralph. And then we also have Steph's Ugly Kitchen, which we will hopefully be updating with some construction eventually. But right now it's just a lot of...
Steph's Ugly Kitchen anymore.
Until then,
It'll be
it's
Steph's Kitchen.
Stephanie's cooking experimenting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
food pics, if you're into that.
Which you should be, because they're delicious. You can't eat them because you're in the podcast listening world, but
Yeah.
I get to eat it when I come here, and it's delicious.
Yeah, if you come as a guest, there's always plenty.
That's true.
Yep.
So if we invite you as a guest, the other perk is you get to eat Stephanie's food,
That's right.
as long as you live local.
All right.
You want to say it anyway, Andrew?
I
You
guess
know,
I'll
your thunder has
say
already
it
been
now.
stolen.
Keep your cars analog.